Nothing to do, nothing to seek. Everything we need is already within. Let's begin with the sound of Om 3 times to bring divine attention to the self. Imagine you are everywhere. Fix your mind on God alone. Rest your mind in God alone. And in God you live hereafter. Of this there is no doubt. May all beings everywhere be happy and free from suffering, and enjoy this practice through our senses. So let's do a mantra that calls to mind that we are one, we are not the body, we are not the mind. Om Namah Shivaya, 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 Om Namah Shivaya. I am not this body is not me. 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 Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya. One more time. Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya. May all beings everywhere be happy and free from suffering, and enjoy this practice through our senses. So let's come to standing and begin the practice. Let's begin with some more ones. Prepare the body for the practice. So start to roll the head in circles. Throughout the practice, try to move in a way that allows the breath to remain steady and constant, so that I can deliver some sense of fluidity to the movements. And roll the head the other direction. Roll the shoulders now, backward to begin. And then take the arms into the movement as well. And then roll the shoulders forward. Let's try to expand the upper back as the shoulders come forward and down. And then amplify that sensation by bringing the arms into the movement as well. Oh, from here, we're going to twist from side to side. Bring the elbows out to the side, the height of the elbows, and twist. Exhale as you twist. A short in-breath as you come back to center. And release. Next one, we bring the arms up over the head. Throw the body down on an exhale. You can exhale through the mouth. And last one, just stay hanging down until the body stops shaking. And then allow the body to roll its way back up. Good. So from here, side bend, inhale, left arm up. Exhale, bend to the right. Inhale, come back up. Exhale, bend again. Reach up. Exhale, lean. And up. Try to keep the right side of the body long as you bend. One last time. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, bend. And then coming back up, right arm up this time, in breath. Exhale, lean to the left. Inhale up. Exhale. And then make like grass blowing in the wind. All the movements graceful and fluid. Again, lean. One last time. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, lean. And then coming back up. Release. Just shake up the shoulders. Shake out the wrists. Clean the hands from side to side. Loosen the wrists completely. And then up and down. So now we're going to come to the top of the mat for some sun salutations. Bring the feet to the top of the mat. Join the hands together at the heart. Then close the eyes. Come back with the intention of offering up the practice. For better than practice, and even better than meditation, is to renounce all the fruits of your actions. Imagine that all beings are benefiting, imagine all the benefits that you feel are being transmitted to everyone, everywhere, all beings. So let's move together as one to stay in that collective mind. Reach the arms up over the head. Fold down over the legs. Hands to the ground, bend your knees if you need to, chest on your thighs. Right foot back into a lunge, lower the knee, sink the hips. Come into high plank. Lower knees, chest and chin down, turn the fingers out a little bit, elbows close to the body. The chest comes a little bit behind the hands. Then pull with your hands, drag the body through between the arms. Roll over the toes, back into downward facing dog. Lift the seat up and back. Right foot steps to the hands. If you need to, lower the back knee down and just assist the foot forward with the hand if it doesn't make it all the way to the hands. Bring the feet back together, forward fold, bow to the legs. Come all the way up to standing, arms up over the head. Return the hands to the heart. Inhale again, reach up. Go down gracefully over your legs. Left foot back into a lunge. Drop the hips. Into plank, down, knees, chest and chin. Glide into your cobra and back. Left foot steps forward to the hands. Modify as you need to. Bring the feet back together, forward fold. Come all the way up to standing. Return the hands to the heart. Reach up again. Go down. Make every movement an expression of surrender, of offering. The right foot is back into your lunge, into your high plank. Then we come right down. Come forward and up into the cobra. Back into downward facing dog. Move according to your condition. Modify as you need to. Right foot steps forward quietly to the hands. Left foot joins. Press the body to the legs. Head down. Come all the way up to standing. Return home. Raise the arms high. Fold the body in half. Left foot back. Come into your plank. down. Ashtanga Namaskara. Glide in between the arms. Head back. Left foot immediately steps forward, keeping the movements, always synchronizes the breath in some way that makes you feel like you're moving comfortably and with ease. Hands back to the heart. Reach up again. Go down. Right foot back. Into the plank. Watch your body moving in your mind with gracefulness, with power. And then this will transpire in your movements. Take the seat up and back. Gesture of humbleness with your head down. Right foot forward. Left foot with the right foot, bow down. Come all the way up. Hands back to the heart. Left side. Go down. Keep trying to make every movement look like an expression of offering, of surrender, of humility. Come forward and up. Retreat. Left foot steps. Right foot joins. Bow to the legs. Come all the way up to standing. Come back home. Again. Go down, keeping the witness, watching the body moving. Right foot back. Sink down low into your plank. Ashtanga Namaskara. Bhujangasana. Come forward in that cobra. And take it back. Right foot steps. Left foot follows. Come up. Return home. Left side. If you start, as you feel warm, start to explore your range of motion a little bit more. Into your plank and down. Keep on moving like you're doing a dance. Linking the movements together seamlessly. Left foot steps forward into your lunge. Bow to the legs humbly. Come up. Return home. One last cycle. Go down. Right foot. And plank. Keep moving the body, just as you see it in your mind. Feet together, always according to your condition, always in a way that keeps the mind free of distress and the body free of pain. Last one, left side. Go down. Left foot leads. Keep on going. And back. Lose yourself in the sensations. Bow to the legs. Come all the way up and back. Return home. Now breathe in. Exhale. Remove all expectations, all attachments to the results. Release the arms. Remember, do the practice because it must be done as a divine act of love to all beings. Bend your knees so you can bring your chest flat on the thighs. Then just press the hands into the backs of the legs, slide them down. If you can step on the fingers with the heels. Keep your chest with your thighs, bend your knees as much as you need to keep your connection, and then push the legs back with your body. You're very flexible. Maybe your legs can straighten all the way. Forehead, if you can, resting against the shins. Regardless of where you're at, see if you can creep your chest closer to the knees so they come together. And keep using them, getting the body to push into the legs. feel a stretch in the backs of the legs. Lift up the head, bring the hands down, step back into your plank, lower down onto the belly. Flatten out the toes, inhale, lift the chest. Let's take the hands behind the back, interlace them for snake pose. Pull the chest up. Make sure the back leg's not all jammed up. Point through the top of the head and pull the body up. Imagine someone's pulling on your hands to get you further up. Charge the legs. Lower down. Breathe in. Breathe out. Now press into your hands. Roll the shoulders back. Elbows close to the body. Fingers facing out a little bit. So let the elbows stay close to the body. And just start to uncoil. See if you can drop your shoulders back so the chest opens and the head back. If you're more flexible, you can see if you can walk your hands closer in towards the body. Try to keep your legs together. And try to get it so that your chest is level with the ground. Come on to fingertips. Sometimes it helps to encourage that action. Just imagine you're trying to get your chest level to the ground and the head directly over the feet or the backs of the knees. One more breath, pull the chest forward and up. Exhale, head back. From here, tuck the chin into the chest, flatten the hands, downward facing dog. Breathe in, breathe out. Just soften a little bit, bounce the chest area. Trying to get the chest closer to the ground. The head is below the arms. If you're very flexible, perhaps you can bring your head down to the ground and rest it there. Push the thighs and the shins back. Make sure the arms are nice and long. Raise the left leg up. Send it between the hands. Pull the knee in. Pull the body forward so you can place the foot down without a sound. Back knee down, flatten out the toe. Inhale, come upright. Exhale, drop the seat forward. Bring your hands to the front knee. Inhale. Imagine you're trying to pull the torso further by the hips. Exhale again. Just allow the shoulders to drop back and the head to drop back. If it's not comfortable for your neck, however, just keep your head upright. Those of you who are more flexible, keep your seat close to the heel so you can keep the balance. Keep your seat low. See if you can bring the right foot up. So you want to imagine squeezing a sock behind your knee. Bring the toes up as much as you can. At one point, the head might eventually make contact with the foot. Bring the right foot back down. Raise the arms up. Use your arms to pull by further up the hips. Reach up, elbows close to the head. If you can, Kali Mudra, bring the index fingers together, interlace the fingers, squeeze the palms together. Kapyasana. Rock the shoulders back and forth, up and down a few times. Try to get the arms behind the ears without bending the elbows, of course. And then go back. Imagine the index finger going over the back toe. Reach back. Go according to your condition. If you need to stay higher, stay higher. Chest opens up. Press the shoulders, front of the shoulders back. Good. One more breath. Pull the torso further the hips. Curl the tail under so the lower back doesn't get all wrinkled up. In the exhale, leave the heart. Hands come to the knee. And press into your knee to come upright. Turn to this right side of the mat. Left arm in front, right arm back. Shoulders down. Sukha Virabhadrasana. Easy warrior 2. From here we're coming into triangle. Keep your arms long. Just tip down. Left hand comes the inside the foot. The right arm comes up. Press the right shoulder back. Now you want to try to open up the right hip as much as possible. If you want to go into a bind, you can. drop the left shoulder down so that you can get your whole left arm underneath the left leg. The right arm goes over the back, and then eventually your hands might find one another. Join the hands just beside the seat, right against the thigh. Right shoulders move back. If you try to reach over your seat, it's a little bit more of a reach, might not be as accessible. One more breath, pull the right shoulder back, and then coming back up into the Easy Warrior 2. We're going to this other side now. Turn the chest forward, bend the toes under and the back foot for balance. The right arm comes up, and you can either do simple twists by bringing the right hand to the outside of the knee, left hand just guides more length into the seat, into the lower back. Inhale, lift through the chest. Exhale, turn to look at over the left shoulder. Now if you can, you lean back, you press the left hand into the left heel, and you just keep pushing the knee, the left knee towards the right. You push against the inner heel. If you're more flexible, drop your seat forward. Inhale, lift up through the chest. Exhale, turn a little bit more. Try to get your whole chest sideways. Keep pushing back to the heel. If you need to, you slide your hand in as much as you need to. Good. Now stay there if this is where your edge is, or come up, go into deeper twists. So your elbow comes the outside of the left thigh, and you either bring your hands in prayer position, lift your chest up so your center of the chest comes to your thumbs, and then roll the left shoulder back. If you know how to take a bind, advanced practitioners, go ahead. Demonstrating quickly, elbows below the knee, pull the hip back so you can snake your hand in between your legs. Left arm comes over the back. And then you pull yourself, you tuck into your hands to get yourself deeper into the twist. Either way, try to get your left shoulder at the height of the right shoulder so the chest is facing right up. Break the pose. Wherever you are, come up, Easy Warrior 2. So now we're just going to sink down into Easy Exalted Warrior. Just drop your seat right close to the front heel. Right hand slides back to the right foot, left arm over the head. Open up the chest to the sky. Good. Push the chest forward, all the folds out of the left side, out of the side body, eliminated. Come back to Warrior 2, Easy Warrior version. Take the hands behind the back, pull the hands down towards the ground, push the chest up, bring the head back, lean back a little bit if you like, and lead the heart to come back up. We're going to the inside of the left leg. Move your body towards the right a little bit so your shoulder doesn't just drop down and land on the knee. Try to allow the shoulders to the inside of the leg. Trying to get the forehead down to the ground beside the foot. Try to soften through the heart. Try to help the heart melt towards the ground. Again, make an expression of complete surrender, humbleness with the head low on the ground. Bring the hands back onto the back, come up halfway. Transition to lizard. Left foot moves out a little to the edge of the mat, come onto your hands, bend the toes under and just push back and forth. Trying to get the body to come down, the seat, especially the hips, to feel heavy as though you had weights in your hip pockets. And then you settle in the pose by pressing the right heel back, lower the knee down, flatten out the toe. Continue to pull with your hands, at the same time telescope the chest forward. Very flexible, your shoulders below the line of the left knee, right forearm on the ground, left forearm. Even more so, bring the chest on the ground. Advanced practitioners, you know any variations, go ahead. Take the arms out to the side perhaps. Making your way back, come back onto the hands. I'm going to do another turn around quickly. Next pose, swan. So again, you're coming up, drop your seat down low. Different variations. Some might stop here. You pull on the foot. As you pull on the foot, you press it into your left arm. You try to get the foot towards the ground. So you're pushing the foot towards the ground to take the body back. If you're more flexible, you bring the foot closer in and you press the foot down close to the hip. If you can do that easily, you press, you just take the foot, press against the inner arm. So the toes are close to the wrist, your fingers are pointing straight up towards the ear. You lean back a little bit, left arm comes around the left side of the head. And then your hands might find one another. Lock the fingers together. And the last expression to make it the full expression of the pose, you press the foot into the arm to get the arms to straighten out a little bit more, to create space. Now turn the chest forward, aiming again the side body as long as possible. To break the pose, bring the foot back close to the shoulder first, find the balance and place the foot back down. Plant the hands, back into child's pose for a moment. Breathe in, breathe out. Creep forward like a snake creeping through the grass, slide the belly down the mat, pick the body up, the chest up for cobra, legs together, remember, like the tail of a snake. Feel expansion along the front of the body and lengthening. Feel as though you're in a body of a cobra. Back into down facing dog. Breathe in. Breathe out. Vasisthasana, side plank. Moving the left hand towards the right. Keep your hips high like you're doing a sideways downward dog. Just spin your toes towards the back left corner. Keep your hips high and release the right arm if you can. Press your hips up. If you need to, you come down onto your left shin. If you need to come onto your forearm because of your wrist, you do this as well. Okay, if you're more able, mobile, you can raise the right leg up and maybe even slide your toes back, push into your toes. Come into wild thing. Chest is facing up. Stretch the whole front of the body. Hips stay high. Return. Keep smearing your left hand into the mat. Keep your hips high. Back into side plank. Keep your hips high the whole time. Back into downward facing dog. Breathe in. Breathe out. Right to the other side now. Watch the body moving in your mind. Right foot moves to the left. Spin on your feet so your toes are facing the back corner. Closest to you. Come up into your side plank. Press your hips forward. Make sure you're not sagging into your hips and you're not collapsing into the shoulder. Keep all those lines nice and strong and extended. Again, if you want, just slide your left toes, drag your left toes back, push them into the mat, the base of the toes. Come into wild thing. Keep the left arm full of the right arm fully extended. Make sure you don't drop into the shoulder. Returning. Pressing the right hand. Spin on the heel of the hands and back into downward facing dog eventually. Breathe in. Breathe out. All right. Right leg comes up. Pass it between the hands. Back back knee down, flatten out the toe. Inhale, come upright. Exhale, drop the seat down. Hands to the front knee. Just try to pull the body further by the hips. Curl the tailbone under by imagining it. You have a tailbone just lying to curl right under. And just allow the head to drop back. Keep your seat down nice and low. If you can again, keep your weight to the front foot so you can bring your left foot up. Eventually maybe the foot will come in contact with the head. And if you have good balance, raise the arms up. Everything's according to your condition. Move so that again your mind's not in distress, your body's not in pain. Left foot down, Kapiyasana. Pull the arms up. If it's too much, keep your hands up, together, keep them apart. But just keep using the arms to pull the body further by the hips, going back as far as you feel comfortable. Visualize a crescent moon in your mind to make the shape with your body. Press the shoulders back, flatten out the chest. Lift through the heart to come back up. Press into the front knee. Raise the body up higher, upright. Turn to the other side, the left side this time. Arms out. And then down into Sukha Trikonasana. The right hand down, left arm up. Again, whichever variations you like, go ahead into them. So try to do the same variation or stay here. Taking whatever bind you like, maybe something in between if you can't get the full bind. You don't have a strap, just take your hand and press into your thigh. Left shoulder moves back. Try to get your shoulders to come stack right on top of one another. Come back, easy warrior 2. Go to the other side. Turn the hips and shoulders forward, bend the toes under. Simple twist. Left hand on the outside of the right knee. Right hand on the seat and pull down, or lean back a little bit so you can bring your hand onto the heel. And as you press against the legs with your hands, turn to the right. If you can, you drop your seat forward. Okay, be mindful as you do this. Go slow. Slide your hand in first if you need to. And then you can walk your hand back out if you can. Keep your chest up. Good. Now you stay there, or you go into the deeper twist. Left elbow would come to the outside of the left leg. Right hand presses into the left. Raise the body up higher so you can get the center of the chest come to your thumbs. And your body's not obstructed by the leg. And then this allows you to spin a little bit deeper into the pose. Right shoulder moves back. Again, if you have the ability to go into a bind, go ahead. Elbows below the knee, pull hips back so you can make room for the hand to slip through. Join the hands just on the inside of the right thigh. Pull the right shoulder back. If you can, take left hand to the right wrist in the bind. And the exhale sends you back into Easy Warrior 2. Full extension of the arms, flatten out the left toes, drop the seat all the way forward to the front heel, easy exalted warrior. Pull the body up out of the hips. Come back into Easy Warrior 2. Humble warrior. Interlace the fingers behind the back. So keep your hips forward, pull the hands down. If you're comfortable, drop your head back. So you might be able to get your hands right down to the ground. Inhale up through the chest. Come forward. Go to the left of the right leg so that you can slip your shoulder. Just slide it along the inside of the leg. And just patiently wait for the head to come down lower until eventually the forehead can come right down onto the mat. Soften the area behind the heart so the heart comes down as well. Express complete surrender and humility. Couple more breaths, pull the seat back. Exhale, fall through the heart. Coming back, bringing the hands onto the back and in front, lizard. Rock back and forth. Feel free to stay on your hands or go lower if your shoulder's below the line of the knee. Left forearm down, perhaps the right forearm as well. Push through the left heel. And then when you're ready to settle into stillness, flatten out the toes. Rest the knee on the ground. Continue to work the pose. If your chest is close to the ground, right arm comes to the outside of the foot. The chest comes right down to the ground. Open up the arms to the side. Keep on pulling the right hip back, head forward, torso long. Couple more breaths, telescope the chest forward a little bit more, extend back through the left toes. Then, one hand at a time, bring it back and sit on the ground. Here, we're making our way up into swan. So, I'll probably need to turn around again. Drop your seat all the way forward. Options, again, take the foot in your hand and just feel as though your foot were trying to drag, come back down. You're pulling with your hand, but you're resisting by keep on pushing the foot towards the ground behind you. Keep the body upright. Or move your hand to the foot and then just try to press your foot down close to the hip. Spin your hand around if you like. Stay there if this is good. Or if your foot is close to the body, close to the shoulder, just press the foot into the inner arm. The fingers are pointing straight up close to the ear so that when your right arm comes around, it finds the hand more easily. And then press the toes into the arm. Try to get the arms to straighten a little bit more to come back away from the body. At the same time, turn the body forward. Chest is facing forward. No wrinkles in the side body again. Release. Release the bind if you have it. Pull the foot close to the shoulder so you can let the foot down carefully. From here, turn forward. Plant the hands back into child's pose. Breathe in. Breathe out all fatigue. Glide your way forward into your cobra. If you want, upward facing dog. Lift the hips. Slide forward a little bit. Hips between the hands. Make sure your neck doesn't fall into your shoulders. Keep the neck long, shoulders back. Press into the tops of the feet. And just try to raise the thighs and hips away from the ground. Imagine you're howling at the moon. Arch your back. Back into downward facing dog. Breathe in. Breathe out. Good. Something different now. Lower down onto the forearms. Lots of options here. Okay, if you're more entry level, you do dolphins. You press your hands together, the fingertips together. Come forward flat into plank. Chin over the fingertips and pull back. Okay, just try to move the body nice and fluidly. Body flat and then seat up. If you're more able, hands stay on the ground flat. Walk your feet towards the elbows. Lift the left leg up. Keep the heel close to the seat. Bend the toes back so you're pushing to the base of the toes. And then just lift off the heel. So as you come forward, use the knee to push into your body so your hips come over the shoulders and the elbows a little bit more. If you're comfortable, you push into the arms. You try to get a little bit of lift. Don't go too fast. Don't go too hard. Okay, so you push into the arms. Keep your legs close to the body. So if you go over, you're close to the ground already. If you keep looking towards your fingers and do everything mindfully, you'll have control. Come down into child's pose for a moment. Rest. Breathe in. Breathe out. You have to go according to your condition, and you have to listen to your body and your mind so that you don't put your mind into a state of complete chaos, distress, and your body into a place of pain. This is not what you want to offer up. We're going to try it again. So walk your feet closer to the elbows, as close as you can. The reason for this is that when you come up, you're already in place. You don't have to jump. You just have to, it's a matter of pushing into the arms and just pushing off the toes. Okay, so what I'm doing, I'm just pushing into your arms and then just using me to propel me forward. And then get a little momentum, just not too much force. Okay, push off the toes. And see if you can come up and maybe balance at one point. Okay, and come down. Breathe in. Breathe out. Roll your way up. Push into your fingertips and back into Uttanasana. Fingers walking away from the feet, seat back. Bend your knees if you need to. You can bring your chest on your thighs and pull the toes up off the mat. Lower the toes down, roll your way up. Good. Bring the hands to the heart, breathe in, breathe out. Warm up is over, as Dharma says. So now we begin the postures. So we're going to walk our feet a little bit further apart. You can come a little bit further forward. Toes are beyond the edges of the mat, heels in. Bring your hands to the seat and then push into the seat. So you're pushing your hips into your seat, pull down at the same time so your hips come forward. Bend your knees if you need to bring your body a little bit closer to the ground. So notice where my knees are, they're beyond the toes. And then you can either keep your hands on the seat, or if you want, slide your hands down, grip the legs just underneath the knees. Push the heels, your palms into your legs to give you stayness, strong. And then you just roll the thighs. Use the hands to just rotate the thighs so the thighs are rolling outwards. Shins are rolling against that, so counter twist. The shins are rolling inwards. If you feel comfortable, you can release one hand, again, according to your comfort level. If you're very flexible, you might be able to bring your fingertips right to the ground. And then the other hand. Keep pushing into the hand that's still supporting the leg. So you always have one reinforcing hand at all times. Okay, again, this is optional. But the more you practice, the more you visualize, the more the body will eventually obey. Now to come out, you push your hands into your thighs, into seat, pull down the seat, and come all the way up. Breathe in. Breathe out. Walk the feet back together. Okay, so we're going to do balance pose now. Hummingbird, maybe going to top leg tree. We're going to hinge forward, bring your chest on the thighs, arms back. And then bring your weight onto your left foot, you can slide the right foot back. So you bring a lot of weight onto your thigh with your body, and then keep looking at the ground. You eventually pick up the right foot. Try to get your knee up as high as you can, but the body is still on the leg, your head's still low. Press down to the edges of the feet, the heel, the base of the toes, and toe pads. If you want toppling tree, you interlace your fingers, you start to extend the right leg so that it straightens. Pull the hands back, and as you pull in the hands, the chest lifts up off the thigh a little bit. Try to keep your right foot higher than the head. Okay? Try to feel your balance. Just bring your fingertips down to the ground. Find the pose. Then come down. Walk your feet back. Hips apart a bit more. Breathe in. Exhale. Just throw all the fatigue out of the body. Discard it. And then come back so we can prepare for the other side. Feet a little bit apart. Rest your chest on your thighs. Take the arms back. Gaze at a point in front of the toes. Then bring your weight onto your right leg so you can move the left foot back. Keep gazing at the ground. And eventually pick up the left knee. Point the toes to make it look pretty. Okay. If you want to go a little bit deeper into toppling tree, interlace the fingers. If you can, pull back, extend the left leg. And then imagine again you're being pulled back by the hands. Lift the chest. Try to get your left leg up higher than the head. Push the right thigh and the right shin back so the standing leg is strong. Getting ready to break the pose. Hands on the back. Fingertips down. Left foot comes down. Walk your feet apart, breathe in, exhale, just relax, ragdoll. Then lower the seat down on the ground. Just lie on your back for a moment, rest. Take your legs out, lie down on your back. Breathe in, breathe out all fatigue, rest. Imagine you're fainting. Arms over the head, come to C position. You can turn on your side if you like as well. If it doesn't work for you to sit straight up. From here we're coming into Bharadvajrasana twist. Lean to the right, left foot folds back. If this is problematic, do not force the knee. If it hurts the knee, keep your foot in your knee in front. And your left heel is just underneath the seat or just in front of the seat. Okay, so I'll just do it this way for the next moves. It doesn't matter whatever your leg is, your left leg is. Pull the right knee up towards the chest. You can hold the back of the knee, keep the body upright. Trying to get your chest above the knee. They're always chasing one another to try to get higher than the other. If you can take your hand to the shin or to the heel and pull the leg straight up for heron pose. Try to bring the leg close to the nose instead of slouching forward to meet the leg. Bring the leg to you instead. Keep the lower back lifted and be tall and straight through the back, through the spine. Think of a heron pose, think of its long wings, its neck, its beak, and just try to find the length in your own body by lifting up out of the hips. Now into the lotus if you can. You lean back so your knee comes close to the shoulder. And if you can, when you drop your heel down, it comes close to the thigh. And if there's no resistance, you just slip your foot into the hip crease. The knee comes down. If it doesn't come down all the way, you can support it with something underneath. So if your leg is folded back, It's a little bit easier to get the knee to the ground, but again, according to your condition. Okay? If it's not working, you just place your foot on the inseam of the thigh. We'll do it this way so you can show the bind. Right thigh goes to the right, the belly on the right thigh, right arm passes around the behind the body, and then you use your other hand if you need to assist it forward to find the foot. And then you come up. You use a strap if you have a strap, or just take a whole handful of your clothes and just pull on your clothes. If your foot's on the ground, the hand just comes onto your hip, like on the left thigh. Left hand to the outside of the right knee. Inhale, lift through the chest. Exhale, turn to look over the right shoulder. So you're twisting from the hips, and you're feeling the helical action going all the way up through the body, all the way until the shoulders come around as well. Look over the right shoulder. Couple more breaths. Your left side seat rides up. Push it back down. Gently. Come back to center. From here, release the legs, shake them out. Go to the other side. Right leg folds back, or any of the modifications that I showed you before. And be aware that the right side is not always equal to the left side. One side might be tighter than the other. Remain unconcerned. Just do your best to work the side that gives you a bit more of a challenge. Either keep your heel in front of the knee at the same level, or bring the foot straight up and bring the leg towards the head. Shoulders back. Bring your attention to all the areas that feel tight. Send an intention of releasing those areas. That's where the vital energy force will go to work on. Now prepare to come into Baddha Vajrasana. Lean back, knee comes to the shoulder again, and the left foot comes to the thigh, close to where it has to be. It doesn't have far to go to get into the hip crease. There's no resistance. Place the knee down on the ground and go to the left to find your bind. Sitting upright, inhale, lift through the chest, turn to the left. And make sure that both sides of the seats are evenly down. Sometimes the right side tends to lift up. This is where if you have the foot in lotus, you use a foot to just remind yourself to push down through the sit bone so that it comes down. Twisting from the hips all the way up. Benching the shoulders as well. Move into the twist. And coming back to face forward, release. Shake out the legs. Shirshasana, headstand, king of the postures. Lots of different ways to enter into this pose, lots of modifications as well. So, I find the easiest way is either one of these. So you take hold, measure the right distance by ensuring you can take hold of the opposite elbows, plant the hands down, and place the head down in front of the hands, or behind the hands, I guess. And then lift up the seat, walk your feet forward until your hands are softly cushioning the head like you're wearing a helmet. And bring one leg up behind you. Then you do the same thing as we did before in the warm-up. So you lift up off the heel. Push into the arms. You don't even have to lift up off the ground, but if you feel comfortable, you push into the forearms and the head, and then you just see if you can press your right thigh into your body and then come up. Or whatever leg you have in front. Okay? Do it nice and slow. Don't jump up. You'll go right over your head. Do mindful practice. If this is not suiting you, if you know what you're doing, go ahead. If you need more instruction and want another modification, teddy bear. Hands in front of the head like a tripod. Arms are parallel. And in front we can see it not beside the head, in front. And then just lift up the heels and just rest just underneath the knees against the elbows. If you apply pressure there, you might be able to at least take one foot up off the ground and dance from toe to toe, or eventually both feet up. Okay? Lots of different options. Once you're steady in whatever pose you're in, remain still. If you feel comfortable, close your eyes. Focus on the space between the eyebrows. Eventually you want to get so that every pose is the same. You can meditate in any pose that you want, because you come into the consciousness of the pose. Watch the body and its stillness, and watch the mind reactions and the emotions equally. Be unaffected, undisturbed, unjudging. Slowly make your way down. So if you're in headstand, come down gently, smoothly, no big, heavy, fast landings. And then rest in child's pose. Breathe in, breathe out. Roll your way up and find your way onto your back once again. Once you're on the ground, inhale deeply through the pores of the skin. Exhale. Just feel all fatigue draining out of the body. Remove all fatigue. The body feels recharged now for shoulder stand, hopefully. So you take the arms beside the body, palms down, lift your legs up. If you can't, keep your legs straight. If it's too much, you can bend your knees. From here, you press into the arms and just try to get your feet up off the ground. And come down without, again, big hard landings, soft controlled. Come up a little bit higher, do this about 3 or 4 times. And you can get your back high up off the ground, that was comfortable. Bring your hands to the back to support it. Walk your elbows towards one another. Try to find a straight line from the chin to the toes. Eventually, again, modify the pose to make it more steady and comfortable. Perhaps you bend the knees. Perhaps your entry level, you just stay with your sitting on your hands with your legs just upright, as though you're pressing your feet into the ceiling above you. And you still get all the inversion benefits. If you have a lotus, go into lotus. Make it look more like a meditation pose. Bring your feet a little bit over the head if you need to, so that if you need your hands, one at a time, slowly exert control and move into the pose. Try to have your knees higher than the hips if you're in lotus. Those of you who are more advanced can bring your hands and find good balance. You're right on your shoulders. You can take your hands to your knees. Keep your head straight, no turning of the head. If you have a lotus, you can keep your lotus. Bring it right down in towards the body. If you prefer, with your legs straight, you can just bring your toes down to the ground behind the head for a plow pose, alasana. You can bring your hands on the ground behind the back if your feet touch the ground. If they don't touch the ground, it might be more comfortable to support your back with your hands. Now go deep within, If you want to drop your knees by against the body, so the ears are gently cushioned by the knees. Go deep within, beyond the body and the mind. Slowly make your way out of the pose. Bring your hands down to the back, to the hands behind the back on the ground. Keep your legs close to the body as you make your way down. Okay, stop when your legs are at 90 degrees to the body. And to count to 20, we're going to lower the legs down to the ground. All the time we're breathing fast. Through the nose like we're panting. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. And relax, breathe in. Exhale. Imagine you're fainting. Drop all the fatigue out of the body. Fish pose. Lift the one side of the seat up so you can slip your hand underneath. Do the same on the other side. Bring your arms so they're hidden by the body. Tuck the arms and shoulders underneath. And then press into your hands in the lower arms and the elbows. Push the chest up as much as you can. Bring the top of the head to the ground. And now, Bhastrika breath again. Keep going fast and sharp with the breath. If you want, raise your legs 12 inches off the mat. Lower the legs down, break the pose. Take the arms out from underneath, breathe in, breathe out. Urdhva Dhanurasana, wheel pose, or half wheel, or something else of back bend of your choice. Bring your heels close to the seat. From here, we're taking the fingertips on either side of the head. The thumbs roughly in line with the ears, fingers facing away. Now push into the fingertips, lift the seat up. And then drag your head back so you're on the top of the head, your head's behind the hands. And then turn your hands around so the fingers are facing towards the feet. Turn the fingers out as well a little bit to the edges of the mat, not the whole way, just maybe part way. And then you can either stay here with your head on the ground. If you feel comfortable, push into your hands and lift your head right up. Come off the heels if you like, and rock back and forth. If you're more advanced, you have other variations of Urdhva Dhanurasana. You want to try and you know them, how to do them safely, go ahead. Okay? So be safe, be mindful. If this is too much for your shoulders, you can do bridge pose. Those of you who are in bridge pose or wheel pose, whatever, stay there. Keep playing with your pose, playing with the pose. If you need, you come into bridge pose, you lift your hips up, shoulders stay on the ground, head stays on the ground, and then you can interlace your fingers and press the edges of your hands into your mat. Your knees and your heels are in the same line, right on top of one another. Stay up a little bit more if you can. Those of you in wheel pose, practice fortitude. And then lower down. Come down gently. Breathe in. Breathe out. Keep your legs as they are, slightly bent, your heels close to the seat, and slide them out a little bit. take hold of the right ankle and bring the knee onto the shoulder, the right knee onto the right shoulder. Pull on the foot a little bit so that it comes closer to the body. You feel a stretch in the backs of the legs. If you want, extend the left leg all the way forward. Be very flexible. You want to try for a few pose if you like. You just try to bring your foot down beside your head. You take a bind on your foot. And then just try to imagine again all the prana, all the life force going to those areas where you want to find release. Your attention is like a magnet. Pulls, attracts all the vital force there. Now we're going to release that foot, go on the other side. So you just slide your right foot in, flat on the ground, foot stays flat on the ground, or you can keep the legs straight, You work on your left leg. Knee on the shoulder, progressively bring the foot closer to the head. Or beside the head, be more flexible. Keep pressing out through the right heel. If your leg's flat on the ground. And return. Bring the leg back down. Breathe in. Breathe out. Arms over the head and sit up. So fold forward, Paschimottanasana. If you have tight hamstrings, just hug your legs to the body, wrapping your arms around the legs, give yourself a big tight hug so that your body stays with your legs. You concentrate on the base of the spine. Each inhale, you try to get your chest, your armpits just against the knees, and then you imagine your chest going beyond the knees. If you're more flexible and can get your legs straight, don't waste your time, as Dharma says. Just go ahead in the pose. Rest your body on your legs. Keep your attention on the space at the base of the spine. With each inhale, pull the chest further forward like you're trying to get beyond the knees. With each exhale, melt more weight into your legs. So that's this to help in order to promote more release. Now coming back up, Purvottanasana. Bring the hands behind the back. If you want to turn your hands around, fingers face backwards, a little bit easier on your wrists. Bend your knees a little bit, dig into the heels, and then press up. Try to get your hips high, your chest around your shoulders, and if you're on heels, your hips are going to drop down. So roll the thighs inwards, really push, try to get your, don't fall into your shoulders, extend the chest, open up the chest, and try to get your toes to the ground. Chest is higher than the shoulders, bring the head back. If that's too much, you bring your feet in underneath your knees and you come into bench pose. Again, try not to allow your body, your hips to sag down. Bhastrika breath, pant like a puppy again through the nose. Make sure you don't fall through the hips, keep going. Don't allow the chest to sag down either. Press into your hands, tuck the chin in, lower the seat. Breathe in, breathe out. Now, onto standing. Getting ready for stork pose, another forward bend. Come into a half squat, your seat's on the same line as the knees. Arms swing around to the back and then come in between the legs. You're pressing your hands against the inner thighs and shins. Your belly's between your thighs. Now if this is already giving you a stretch, you stay here. Eventually, however, you just try to lift the seat so your seat comes high, your legs straighten. And then you might need to slide your hands further down the legs, underneath the knees, lower than the knees, so you can cup your head with your hands, your ears. Okay? Eventually move, palm your way back, interlace the fingers behind the back of the head. Pull your head through. Slowly release. Bring your hands back down to the ground. So from here, bend the knees and see if you can get your left shoulder in behind the knee. And you might be able to just do one side. You can use your right hand to just pull the right side of the seat up and work on one shoulder at a time, like so. And then you do the other side the same way. If you can get both shoulders in behind, then press the back of the front shoulders in behind the knees. Place your hands, if you can, flat on the ground, and then drop your seat down so that you're resting, you're kind of sitting on your arms. If you know how to do Tittipasana, that's next. So you keep your seats high, body's level to the ground, bring weight into your hands so you can slide your toes forward. Keep pushing the backs of your arms into underneath the underside of the legs. Eventually you might be able to raise your toes up off the ground. Okay, you can keep your feet on the ground, that's all good. Now, break the pose. Try to come out gracefully as you can. Lower the seat. Bring your knees together, feet a little bit away from the body, right hand behind the center of the back, right against the seat. Left arm up, push the left arm against the right thigh. Inhale, lift the chest, exhale, turn to look over your right shoulder. So you're just trying to pull the belly so it's not up to the right, and you're pushing the knees beyond the left edge of the body so that your belly, your abdomen's not obstructed by the legs. Keep the knees together. Push the knees against one another, push your arm against the right thigh. Inhale, lift the lower back, push the arm into the back, the right arm. Exhale, turn a little bit more. Come back to the center, go to the other side, left arm behind, right against the back. The hand is against the seat so that you don't lean back. You want to keep your body more upright. Then you push the knees to the right, beyond the right edge of the body. You start to twist at the hips. Visualize the helical action going up through the body, starting at the hips, down to the shoulders. Follow that. And then the chin comes over the back shoulder. Breaths. Inhale, sit tall, push the lower back in, exhale, twist a little bit more, try to get the belly just to be unobstructed by the thighs. Release, lie down on your back for Shavasana. Ease your way down, come down gently and mindfully, no big hard, fast, aggressive landings. And then just come into a position that allows you to completely surrender and succumb to relaxation. This is a very important part of the practice. It's where all the benefits that you reap from the practice get integrated into the body so that you can pass them along to others through your own intentions. And it's also a deeply purifying process as well. Just allow everything to relax now. Close the eyes. Just feel all the tension, all the effort, all the resistance falling away. Not only the physical tension and the efforts, the mental as well. Accept it all with gratitude. Once the body's reached that point of complete relaxation, leave it alone in its stillness. Keep being a witness, watching the thoughts, calming the mind, just like the impartial observer. Look upon yourself with nothing but unconditional love. to bring the attention back to the breath. Start the process of returning from Shavasana in a way that is gentle and mindful. Reconnect with the breath. Start to feel the body awakening, the fingers, the toes, the arms, the limbs, the face, the inner processes and the organs that animate the body. With the utmost gentleness, reverence, and mindfulness, quietly prepare to come back to a seated position. Make your return quiet. And when you're seated back upright, be strong and supremely still and stoic. So now we're going to do some pranayama to lead into our meditation, alternate nostril breathing. The count is 3, 12, 6, 3 on the in-breath, 12 on the hold, the breath retention as to say, 6 on the exhale. The left hand in chin mudra, the thumb, the index finger at the base of the thumb. You rest on your left knee. And then the other hand in Vishnu mudra, which is used for the pranayama techniques. Second and third fingers fold down or to the forehead if it's uncomfortable to do this. They don't touch the nose at all. The thumb controls the passage through the right nostril, the right ring finger through the left nostril. So through this breath, we're inhaling through the left, holding a breath where you close up both sides of the nose, you contract the muscles of the perineum, you pull them up towards the navel, and you drop the chin onto the chest. You bring the chest up high to make that connection. Tongue to the upper palate. These are the throat and a root lock, and then you take the attention to the third eye, the space in the eyebrows. On the exhale, you release the right hand to allow the breath to pass out, and then you release the locks, you relax. Inhale again, you pull the breath back in, hold the breath again, apply the locks, and the focus. Exhale through the left side, again, release the locks. Let's give it a try. You just watch me until you feel comfortable, and then you can close your eyes and just listen to my directions. Sit up tall, exhale completely, empty out the lungs. Then close off the right side, the right thumb, inhale to the left, 2, 3, hold the breath, plug both sides of the nose, hold, apply the locks, and third eye focus, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Exhale through the right, release the locks, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Inhale again deeply, 2, 3, hold the breath, chin on the chest, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Breathe out through the left, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 6. Inhale, 2, 3. Hold the breath. Contract the muscles of the perineum, chest on and chin together. Exhale through the right, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Inhale, right, 2, 3. Hold the breath. Always the attention at the third eye to attract all the prana there. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Breathe out through the left. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Inhale. Hold for 12. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Breathe out through the right. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Inhale deeply through the right. 2, 3. Hold the breath. Keep the face calm. Exhale through the left. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There should be no strain here. Inhale. 2, 3. Hold the breath. Even though you're holding the breath, there's tension. 10, 11, 12. Exhale, right, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Inhale, right, 2, 3. Hold the breath. Even though there's tension, the mind is able to stay calm, collected, undisturbed. Exhale, left. 3, 4, 5, 6. Inhale. Hold. Exhale, right. Inhale, right. Hold. Exhale, left. One more. Inhale. Hold in the breath. Exhale, right. 4, 5, 6. Inhale, right. Hold in the breath. Remember, apply the locks. Third eye focus. Exhale, left. Bring the right hand down. Then with the mind more quiet, self-study. Continue to be the witness, monitoring the thoughts that are passing through the mind with no judgment of what's passing through the mind, with no attempt to analyze them or change the thought patterns. Just be the observer, watching everything with unconditional love. Knowing that everything is perfect. Whatever state of mind, especially if you're in a negative state of mind, if you happen to be, this will pass. Or it's just an experience. And when you learn to be the witness, watching all these experiences, and just to draw the lesson from them, you gain the ability to remain free of suffering and the pain associated with those experiences. Everything is perfect. And everything rolls out exactly the way it is meant to be, so to promote your growth. Through these experiences, and to gain wisdom that you need to eventually break those patterns that cause the pain and the suffering. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Be receptive to the divine grace within. Thank you very much for coming. This concludes our practice. Have a wonderful day. Namaste. Thank you once again for your patience, especially at the beginning of class. I appreciate it. I appreciate your your connection through this practice. Hope to see you soon. There's a Kirtan this afternoon at 4 o'clock on the Ombuds Kirtan page if you're interested in tuning in. It's it's all part of that standing in solidarity against all the tragic events that are happening in the world right now, the racism, the riots in the States, and even here in Canada. So let's just try to put out some good vibes and love out there. So hope you join us this afternoon. Namaste.